We will get started with Michael Menet. First question will go to Mark Brennan.
Michael, can you tell us what it meant to be able to have kind of some family members on hand for the ceremony, and then just your feelings and emotions at the end of the game after everything was over?
Yeah, it was awesome that they found a way to get our family there for the ceremony. I think it was really important for all the seniors to have them there, and it just shows how much this team appreciates us and the staff that they were willing to do it and figure out a way they could get them there. And, you know, coming down, possibly the last game in Beaver Stadium, I mean, I'm just incredibly grateful for everybody in this program, all the players, staff, coaches, everybody, and really just Nittany Nation as a whole. And this town has loved me and loved us, and you know, I've loved them for since I got here, and I'll continue the rest of my life. But it's definitely bittersweet.
Moving on to Rich Scarcella.
Mike, what is it? Guys, these last 3 games, the way you guys have, and finish your career with a win, or at least on Senior Day.
I heard part of the question, but I'm pretty sure I got the gist.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of these last 3 games. I think the biggest difference is we really got back to our process. And not to say our culture wasn't good throughout the whole rest of the year, but I think guys just really started to invest. And guys really started to look at it in the lens of, I'm going to go out there and give everything I can and try to get better every day for the guys that are standing next to me. Maybe at the beginning of the season, we were kind of playing as individuals, and we didn't really buy in enough to our culture and our process. And I think that's been the biggest difference. And it's kind of all cultivated into us now, putting a bunch of good games together, getting some good wins, and it's just building momentum at this point. And it was awesome to get a win on Senior Day and kind of send the seniors out the right way.
Tobias Wilborn.
Yo, thanks for doing this. Congratulations on Senior Day, man.
Appreciate that.
In that third quarter, there was a play where Dotson jumps up and pretty much like steals an interception back. He doesn't get credit for the catch. It goes out of bounds. How big was that play, seeing him not give up that way?
Oh, it was huge. And I think that kind of gets back to the culture that I'm talking about. Guys have really bought in and given everything that they can for 6 seconds at a time. That's been a huge focus of ours over the last couple of weeks. And I mean, that's just a perfect example of it right there. Awesome. The ball was in the air. Han never gave up on it. And he went up and, like you said, he made a huge play to make sure that he was the one that came down with it. Obviously, it would have been nice if he was in bounds, but who knows where that play could have led to if he didn't do that.
Parsa Paje.
Just the energy that is kind of circulating throughout.
Hey, Mike, appreciate you doing it. Thank you.
No
You're kind of taking a lap, you know, with this route, something like that is very important. It's kind of a surreal moment, obviously.
Following our own energy into the next play, into the next moment, to not kind of let that snowball into.
It was cutting out a little bit, but I'm pretty sure you asked about just walking around the field at the end. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it was just kind of like the final laugh, I guess you could say. I've seen guys do it in the past, and I guess it's just kind of the thing the seniors do after the last game. And we were all just really talking about how fast it goes, and how it just felt like yesterday we were on 7th floor of Beaver Hall, all coming in as freshmen in the summer. But you know, we've all shared an incredible journey while we've been here. And it's been tons of fun, and I've made a lot of bonds, especially with my class, obviously, that are going to last for a lifetime. I'm incredibly grateful for every single one of those guys, and that's really that's what we were talking about as we were walking around, just how grateful we are for our journey. We're going to love each other till the day we die, really.
Will Pegler.
Hey, Mike, how much of that culture kind of like reinforcement over the past like 3 weeks or so was led by you and really the rest of the seniors?
I mean, it's really from the top down. It always starts with Coach Franklin. And, the captains obviously echo that message, and the seniors kind of take control of their rooms and their position groups and that kind of stuff. But I mean, there's always a time in the season and a time in a program when they decide like, hey, this is who we are and this is who we're going to be, and we need to start holding people accountable to doing everything that we talk about, whether that's taking really good notes in meetings, showing up 10 minutes to everything. There's a couple times you have guys 9 minutes early or something like that. But I think it really just starts from the top down, starting with Coach Franklin and then going through all the seniors. We've really just been trying to enforce that culture and be culture drivers, and I think it's paid off.
We'll go back to Rich Scarzella.
Mike, can I ask you about one of your classmates, Shane? What was it like to see him have the kind of game he had today?
It was awesome. I mean, Shane, since the day we got here, has always worked really, really hard, and he's gone through some adversity while he's been here, just like everybody has. But he's always prepared, like he was a starter, and next man up mentality, as always. He showed up every single day working, trying to get better, and I think it all came to fruition today. He showed that he's a heck of a player, and he balled out.
Any other questions for Mike? Okay, go ahead, Rich. Yep. Oh, we'll get to Rich, and then we'll Neil Rodell. You'll go after Rich.
Protecting the ball, our execution, and our mentality. So we did all three of those things today, and I think that's ultimately what led to.
Okay, you want me to, Mike, I'm just asking, you said about last home game. Is it a possibility that next week could be at home? Has that any of that been explained to you guys?
At this point, we don't know. We're going to continue along with our process like we always do, come in, make corrections tomorrow, and prepare as if we have a game. But as of now, I at least have no idea really what's going on. So just waiting to hear.
Rich, did you have another question?
Yeah, Mike, if there is a game scheduled next week, do you plan to play in it? And
Yeah.
secondly, can you talk about what was said at halftime today and why you guys played so much better in the second half?
At halftime, everybody was just kind of reinforcing to heighten your details and just take more pride in executing your details 6 seconds at a time. Like I said earlier, that's been our mentality over the past few weeks, and it's helped us a lot. Really just focusing on 6 second intervals individually. And I think just executing your details at a high level for 6 seconds is something that's in theory easy to do, but it takes a lot of time to really lock in and just really focus on doing that. So that was the big emphasis at halftime.
That's the toughest thing.
All right. Thank you for your time, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.